Well, good morning to you. It's a hashtag Wacky Wednesday here on Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis. It's great to have you with us this morning. Brittany Pacheco is joining us from her home studio. I want to give you a forewarning here because I've got two dogs and both of them are on the verge of barking. So just beware of that in case it happens.
Well, I've got one dog who, if she hears another dog barking, she might start doing the same. So, Nathan, our director, I keep telling him, we need to have a super at the bottom that has our dogs' names, and just splash it on there when they want to be heard. But anyway, before we get into today's show, I do want to also welcome everyone to Up to the Minute. Be sure to follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And also don't forget about our YouTube channel where you can subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be the first to find out the latest uploads from us. And last but not least, as always, we encourage everyone who's watching to share this podcast. That way we can not only grow our audience, but more importantly, just share this information to everyone who is not following us. So Todd, we have a very special, very special show today, and let's get into it.
That sounds good, Brittany. That's right. We have a special show today. We've got three guests. We don't usually have three guests, but they're all with the same department, the Business Technology Department. So we've got Rita Punch-Lagard. Good to see you with us. Also, Etta Smith and Jerelean Boyd. All three are joining us. Ladies, welcome to the show. We're going to get to each of you individually. And I appreciate you being here because we want to talk about this program and especially how people can go through the program and get out there and get employed. I'm going to go ahead and start with Rita, who's going to talk about the human resources aspect of business technology. But first, we can get a quick overview of the program. Rita, why don't you take it away and let us know what this program involves? We'll need you to unmute your microphone. If you could hit the button on the bottom left. There we go.
All right, good morning.
Hey.
The Human Resources PeopleSolve Certificate Level 1 program in business technology is a program that teaches all of our students the HR components. And so they learn about recruitment, employment, compensation, payroll, and benefits.
And from the numbers I'm reading here are pretty impressive because we've got a lot of administrative assistants employed throughout the Houston area, I think near 20,000. Average income, what can they expect? And how long does the program take to get through? Are there short-term certifications, longer term? How does that work?
Well, it takes about 1 year for the certificate level 1 program. And also we have an AAS degree program, which is the 2 years, a stepping stone. Once you take the level 1 courses, you can move into your AAS degree. So the quick 1 year, and then you can be ready to go into the workforce. And so companies will have you ready to go and you can go right into the workforce and work with our program. And so the salary range is going to be anywhere from $45,000 all the way up to $100,000 because PeopleSolve is an HR system that's used widely across America and here in Houston at a lot of our companies.
Yeah, I mean, we use it here at HCC. It's our system. We rely on it, but it's not unique to us. And like you said, it's used across the country. So it's great to get that training. The human resources aspect of this, can this lead someone into a full career in human resources where you could maybe use this as a stackable degree if you want to get an HR degree in the future?
Yes, it will. This particular program will lead you right into a skill base where you can go into the AS degree of human resources, actually degree, a 4-year degree. Also, when you get this particular skill, you are ready on day one to go right into the workforce and work at, say, Fort Bend ISD, HISD, Home Depot, MD Anderson. I mean, it's so used everywhere. This is a skill that's in demand in the Human Resources Department. With your 4-year degree and your level 1 certificate, you are ready to work on day one. So it's a wonderful program. I used to help implement PeopleSolve when I worked with IBM years ago. And everywhere I traveled across the world, at city to city, this program was used in the Human Resources Department. So we train our students to be ready on day one.
let me ask you this. I know we're all working in a virtual world, hence this show that we're all doing on joining everyone online this morning. Can you work and also take your classes virtually? Because, you know, we're doing that here at HCC.
Oh, yeah.
Can you do both of those? And do you find a lot of your students wanting to do that, maybe work while continuing their college career?
Absolutely. And so before the pandemic, we were offering our classes mainly at night for to cater to more your workforce. But now that we're virtually, you can log on anytime and still take our PeopleSoft courses. And so we still do instruction where they can be on schedule and log in at certain times to get instruction. But the courses are working great virtually. We've had no problem. So we still are implementing our program online, and it's been working wonderful. So it's catering to the working American that's working every day, and they can still come home and log on schedule or off schedule. It's wonderful.
And I imagine you have the online anytime where you can take it anytime.
Yes.
And you also, do you offer the online on a schedule where you can interact with classmates and professor as well?
Absolutely. We have both options to our students. They can log on anytime and do a playback of the instruction, the tape lecture, or they can do on schedule if they choose to. So both of our options are working great for our students, and it's been wonderful.
All right, Rita, stand by. We're going to move on to Etta now, and I think Etta is joining us. And Etta, from what I'm understanding, you had some technical difficulties this morning. We appreciate you making it out and being able to log in with us this morning.
Yes, and thank you for the invitation.
Absolutely. Now, Etta Smith is the instructor for the Business Technology Program, the Business Center of Excellence. And, you know, I'm sure everyone here is familiar with Microsoft. But
Yes.
do you really know Microsoft? Because I can tell you, I can do a few things, but 90% of them I have to get assistance with. You guys help people to move through Microsoft Office technology, which realistically is something we all need.
Absolutely, and you should take one of our classes, Todd.
You know, you just might find me there one day.
It's as an instructor, as a teacher, it's one of the things I'm most pleased to tell students is that the skills they learn in that class not only will enhance their employment potential, but it often improves their grades in school because they're learning how to create, how to write reports, how to use the software to do that, and as well as how to make PowerPoint presentations.
When someone comes in your class, if you could give on a scale of 0 to 100%, where would you say they fall in their knowledge of how to do things with applications of Microsoft? Maybe 5%, 10%, 50%? Where do you find your students coming in?
Some come in at 0.
Wow.
Computer applications 1 and 2 are the classes that that use all 4 applications. So students in those classes are exposed to Microsoft Office Word, Excel, Access, and PowerPoint. Computer applications 1 is an entry-level class, which means that they don't have to have even turned on a computer in order to get in it. So we start with the basics, but by the end of the class, everyone is familiar to some degree with all 4 applications. And each semester, we even have students, even after just taking the first class, we have students who get certified, become certified mouse specialists, which is a big boost to their employment potential.
And you offer you offer a couple of certifications. You're talking about that boost to employment potential, because I imagine when they go into an office setting, they're going to have the skills that most of their colleagues aren't going to have, number one. People may be coming to them, number 2, to have them help, but can they also teach those applications to others in the office to give them those basic knowledge?
Well, I'm sure, in class, students are encouraged to, when we were face-to-face, they were encouraged to ask questions of each other. And because a lot of learning takes place, not just when the teacher's talking or when the student's looking at the book, whatever, but when students are discussing the content with each other. So the short answer is yes and maybe. Yes.
How long does it take to complete these programs? If I go in and take one of your classes and I want to learn, I mean, I hate to say it, But one of the things I have problems with, Excel spreadsheets, not going to happen. I have to go to somebody to assist me with that. That's number one. But one thing I have to do all the time, which I'm kind of finding my way through, are PowerPoint. How long would it take someone like me to go through your class and get a certification?
To go through the class, if you wanted to certify in PowerPoint, well, let's start with the basics. Our classes are offered in 8-week, 12-week, and 16-week sessions. We've had students certify at the end of each of those. So it depends on the student's natural abilities, exposure, and experience with the softwares. In either case, we start with square one. So you could, by the end of 8 weeks, be prepared. Of course, 12 weeks gives you a little bit more time to work with it, but the content remains the same in all three platforms.
Are employers looking for these certifications? And if someone goes through your course, does that give them a better step up? Are they going to need other qualifications, or can they go through your course and maybe get out there and get some type of employment?
Yes, they would be able to. Statistically, now more than 90%, probably well over 90% of jobs require computer skills. And of those, about half specify knowledge of Excel. So if we have a student who leaves us as a certified mouse user, that person does then have an edge. I guess it would be equivalent to having a diploma or not having a diploma, in terms of the employability.
So this might be something, if you're an administrative assistant, this is going to be something that's going to enhance your career and increase your earning ability. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the way we present to the students, because that is the fact.
So
go ahead.
But if you're not an administrative assistant, somebody like me who just wants to learn how to get around on a computer these days, this would be a perfect course to take. A lot of us, don't have to be working in an office setting to be an expert on Microsoft, because we're all using it no matter what.
Absolutely. As I said earlier, when I present early in the semester, I tell students, well, this class will not only improve their employment potential and earning potential, but it will help them in everyday life. Like for you, for example, maybe that's not a required part of your job, but if you got this excellent PowerPoint presentation, then it makes you look better on your job. So, and theoretically, could increase your advancement in the job. So all of those are benefits of taking the class. Probably the primary benefit, in addition to having the skills that are so needed for employment, is that our students are given the opportunity to take the mouse certification exam at the conclusion of the class, which then makes them a professional certified mouse user, and the agency that does the certification is nationally recognized.
All right, Etta, thanks for joining us. If you want to learn more about these Microsoft certifications, we're going to put the links in the social media posts for the show. You guys are enrolling for the spring, are you not?
Yes, we are. And one thing I would like to tell you, sure, is that at this point, the Business Technology Department boasts of a 90% plus placement rate of our students.
Incredible. That is incredible.
When students finish, go ahead.
That's a perfect example, because a lot of people now unfortunately are finding themselves underemployed. There's a lot of people out there who are working whose hours have been cut drastically just because of the industry. And then, a lot of folks can say the oil industry have been laid off. This would be a great step up, and HCC is offering this. So 90% is incredible as far as job placement. Absolutely,
90+%. Usually we're this year with 90%, last report, but usually we're up around 94, 95. Another thing to know is that all of our instructors in the Business Technology Department are mouse certified. Each instructor had to take the test.
Absolutely. Etta Smith, we appreciate you joining us. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
We're going to move on to Jerelean Boyd. She is an instructor at the Business Technology Program, of course, in HCC's Business Center of Excellence. Good morning again, Jerelean. If I can get you to unmute your microphone. There we go. I think we can hear you. There we go.
Hi, good morning.
So you are, we're going to talk with you about a cooperative educated assistant in secretarial services. Tell us about the co-op programs. What does that mean and what does it involve?
Okay, our co-op program is a program we've had in place since the beginning of time, and it's at the end or incorporated in all of our degree programs, our certificate, not our certificates, our AAS degree program. And the thing about our co-op is that it is an adventure and it's an opportunity for students to get real life experiences and information regarding the workplace and the workforce and working with people. And in our classes, we offer them to not only talk about their skills that they're gonna they need and have on the job, but they get assignments that will tell them what their rights are, like the Sexual Harassment Act. They learned about the fact that they need to know what their job duties are. We read books that will enhance their personalities, like Who Moved My Cheese, which they all just love. And it's a good book that they can read in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And resumes. We offer not only that, we offer internships where they can actually get on hands experience if they're not working in the workforce. Many of them have to have jobs before they come to it, but it's not made in stone. You can get an internship. And that's where we are connected with the Career Hub at HCC, which is a wonderful program that they've added. And they teach them, if you don't have a resume, they teach them how to do resumes. They submit their resumes online for different job opportunities, companies to see. They have virtual job fairs now that we've gone to so virtual, which has been a challenge and an experience.
You know, I know it has. It's been challenging for all of us going through this virtual world. Looking forward to getting back to something in person sooner rather than later. But let me ask you this, because we're always talking with James Mabel about the Career Hub. And one thing he said to me, which was very interesting, is there are companies that are coming to him that are wanting particularly to hire our students because they know they're well trained. I imagine, are you working with these companies as well for your placements for internships?
No, let me say yes and no. No, mostly because the Career Hub has it now. So we kind of depend on them. But on the second hand, we do get direct requests from companies over the years. And that's another way how we would get the information out to our students through word of mouth and of course through co-op, because I would list it on the board or email everybody about this job opportunity, etc. And I wanted to add also that we give our students an in-depth, and that computer apps class that we were talking about, that they were talking about, it is a class that everybody needs. I don't care if you're going to be a bus stopper or a bus a cross walker for the children to cross where the bus line is. You need that basic, and we go in depth. And you asked about PowerPoint. When you take our computer classes, you get more of an in-depth, step-by-step training. Or sometimes you get like on Skillport or somewhere like that, you just get a quick overview and basics. But it goes into deep stuff, because when you take that mouse certification, it gets deep. You know, you can do something 3 ways in Microsoft Word. And Microsoft certification makes you go into all of that in-depth steps. You just don't learn how to use the quick bar or the ribbon. You have to know where it all lies. And in our co-op training, we talk about these things so that students will know. And we also tell them that this is also put on their transcript. When they graduate from HCC, the fact that they passed the mouse specialist it's on their transfer.
You guys have an incredible program, you know, and I'll be the first to admit, I have to do, from time to time, I've been tasked with doing PowerPoints. You know who I get to do them for me? She's on the show. A lot of times I rely on Brittany to help with the PowerPoints, and she has a little bit more, much better experience with that. But it's something I need to learn more about, and maybe you'll see me in one of your classes one day. Otherwise, because Brittany's going to do it one day.
When you come, we're not going to know you now. You're a student, so you're going to have to do that PowerPoint, and you're going to have to do it on time.
Because I know, and I can't go to Brittany, I imagine. Yeah, you aren't going to let Brittany do my work for me anymore, right?
No, because I can go in there. The students doesn't know, but we can go in there and see who originated the document. So we know whether Brittany did it or you did it.
Yeah, Todd.
Yeah,
but also, Todd, you won't need to have Brittany do it because the program and the resources that go along with it are so useful and user-friendly and thorough that you'll be able to do it on your own.
Well, step by step.
Yes.
You got me convinced now. Ladies, we appreciate you joining us on the show. Thank you all for being here, and stay safe out there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Same to you.
And have a happy holiday.
Happy holidays to all.
Happy holidays. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And as mentioned, folks, if you want to learn more about our Business Technology Center of Excellence, we're going to put the links in the social media posts for the show. Okay, Brittany, we've got some HCC news and announcements to move on to. A lunch and learn that is happening today, as a matter of fact.
We do. So if you are wanting to manage your stress and have a positive effect on everyday life, you can join this talent engagement webinar with Angie Lederer, wellness consultant from Blue Cross Blue Shield of Texas. Now, as Todd said, this is happening today at 11:30 a.m. Registration is required, so be sure to check your HCCS emails for that link in order to register for this webinar.
All right. So, since March, our students have been working very hard, especially ones in the fine arts program. They've been producing a lot of material. Usually we show these in screenings and showcases in our art galleries across the campuses. We can't do that this year because of COVID. So we are showcasing our fall film festival for our students, and we're doing that online. The filmmaking program is using YouTube as its platform to present its end of the semester compilation screening of student projects. That's from 7 to 9 p.m. Saturday, December the 12th. Registration's not required. We'll provide a YouTube link in the social media post for this show. So, Brittany, it's graduation week. Very exciting for our students. Congratulations to everyone who is graduating on Friday. We know who you all are because we put the program together, and boy, there's a lot of students in there, and it's going to be great to see your name on the screen. So, in celebration of our students, Brittany, we've got a number of things happening. Too many to mention, but they can go to one location to find all the stuff about graduation.
That's right, they can. Now, this is in conjunction with Student Life and Rec Sports as they celebrate this achievement with a week of activities leading up to Friday's graduation. That one link, Todd, that everyone can go to is hccs.edu/graduation. And tonight, they are holding grad-only bingo. I love bingo. Bingo is awesome. You can actually win a chance for an e-gift card. So registration is required. Again, go to hccs.edu/graduation for all the fun grad week activities.
Speaking of Rec Sports, they've been very active, even though we've been doing things virtually, they're doing everything online. Mondays and Wednesdays, they have fitness classes, deep stretching, Tuesday, Thursday, Zumba and boot camp. Brittany's a fan of the boot camp. And on Saturdays, NFL Pick'em at noon. What happened to the twerk fitness? Where did that go?
I don't know, Todd. I mean,
they were doing that. It was successful. It went well. And then it disappeared. We're going to have to talk to the V sisters again and see where that is.
Or maybe you can lead your own twerk fitness session.
No, that's not going to happen. Yeah.
That was twerk with Todd.
I think you have to be certified in twerk fitness to teach the class, which I am not. So there you go. Okay.
Sorry, that was pretty funny to me.
All right. All right, Academic Success Center tutors. This time for tutors, it's a time for tutors. HCC has them. They're available to meet with students virtually, thanks to HCC's Academic Success Center. Go to the link in our post for the show. And Brittany, financial aid are taking some in-person appointments, but you can't just show up.
Right, Todd. So no, we are in enforcing a no walk-in policy when it comes to having appointments with our financial aid office. So they are accepting in-person appointments, emphasis on appointments. You can go online to book your appointment today by going to hccs.edu/FINAID contact, FinAid contact. We'll be sure to put that link in the post after this show.
As we mentioned earlier in the show, a number of Houstonians are facing unemployment right now. Maybe your hours have been cut. Either way, you're looking to maybe increase your earning potential. You can do that with HCC. Of course, we've been talking with the Business Technology Center of Excellence and their offerings today, but you can also check in with our continuing education program. They have a number of classes. Many of them are short-term certifications. Some of them are really just a couple of weeks of certification, and you'll get a certificate, and then you can go out and possibly find a better job or maybe make more money at the job you have now. They offer everything from accounting to welding, and they offer it through HCC's School of Continuing Education. Check out their schedules. They are doing year-round enrollment. They don't just enroll 2 times a year. They enroll all throughout the year. So go to hccs.edu/CE for more information. So Brittany, right now we are wrapping up the fall semester. We've got like what, a week, little over a week and a day, and then we're going to take a little vacation.
Oh, well, Brittany's going to take a little vacation ahead of time, but
Yeah, you're checking out early. Okay.
I am.
Her 2020 is getting over early with early folks. So, but we are registering people for the spring, Brittany. There are a number of our students who are currently going to classes right now, but they haven't signed up for classes in the spring. And we'd like you to secure your seat for spring 2021. You can do that very easily. We offer a number of ways of taking courses, including a couple of ways online, which are pretty unique.
Absolutely. So those 2 unique online features are our online anytime, where it's just as it sounds. Take your classes online at any time. You work during the day and you have availability in the evening to do your classes. Hey, that's what I've been doing with my MBA, and it works for me. The other online option is online on schedule. Take your classes online at the scheduled time. You never have to come to campus, but log in at the specified time you selected. You have to be really diligent about this, people. You can do it. The other 2 options, Todd, are our Flex Campus, which is a in-person class. Now, this, along with our lab-based courses, our section sizes are much smaller to adhere to social distancing regulations. So it's critical for you to enroll in these classes ahead of time now, that way you have secured your seat for spring 2021. And lab-based courses are our critical hands-on skill-based learning, which we continue to offer. Now, these 2 options may be subject to change in the spring if cases continue to rise here in Houston. So just, be on the alert about that. We'll be sure to communicate that with our students, faculty, and staff once we have that information.
Yeah, so make sure you go to hccs.edu/now. Register today, register early. Brittany, question for you. How much longer do you have in your MBA program?
It's actually an accelerated program. So if I'm diligent and do a total of 4 classes a semester, I'll probably finish this time next year.
Oh, wonderful. All right. So then we'll be calling Brittany boss.
There you go. And actually, I just completed my first semester with my MBA yesterday. I'm exhausted.
Oh,
So
first semester's put away, so you'll make it through. We're confident in you, Brittany. All right, Brittany, thank you for being here. Ladies, thank you for joining us and telling us about the Center of Excellence. So tomorrow on the show, Brittany, who do we have? I know we've got the program coordinator of the Care Center.
Yes, we'll also Christina Watt, actually. So the program coordinator of the Care Center, also known as the Student Contact Center. She'll talk to us about their new AI system. So that should be interesting. And then also, it wouldn't be Thursday without our virtual family fun day guest who comes from across the pond. I'm so excited about this. The Wallace Collection from London.
London, England. Yeah, that'd be good.
We'll talk we'll talk about the armor as Renaissance art going on now at its museum. I've been to London. I wish I spent more time here, so I'm very excited that we're going to be joined by our friends across the pond.
That'll be fun. So all that tomorrow here, right here and Up to the Minute. We hope to see you live at 10 a.m.